make sure, sometimes you trace it, so you know where the score marks are. When it's this soft, it's easy to clean up, right? So whenever something becomes thicker than 2 slabs, you want to create a void inside so that it dries evenly and it doesn't crack or fall off during firing. But if you create like pieces now, if I wanted to attach this here, right, this piece is thin enough that it wouldn't be affected. But if I attached it here, it might be too thick, okay? So you could attach pieces that are raised. And I might put this on the side here, and it could just become part of the structure in terms of the thickness. It would be fine because the piece itself is getting air from all the sides. Does that help?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So this piece that I'm creating is obviously going to be like a surreal abstract, but it may eventually resemble some kind of like structural like forms, maybe a house or a kind of a vessel or a ship. Okay, so it's something to think about as you build. Things could transform, you can modify, you can add textures, take away textures. Okay, does anyone else need help?
I'm good.
Okay. You could also, add little indents, just with your fingers, to create some kind of variation in the surface. If you attach something and you decide you don't like it, you can modify, try to change it a little so it appears to be something different. Or you could add something to it. I also think of like projects like this as creating like a playground, like a mini version of a playground. And it's kind of a fun idea. If you don't have any ideas, you could think about how you could build this kind of sculptural playground for insects, okay, or like a little pet animal, or even a fish tank, right? Just at my screen, you see I'm kind of creating this really abstract, kind of dreamlike imagery and I opened up a little window here, right? So you can open up areas if you wanted to open up the entire piece and add something into it, you can, but you want to think about the softness of the clay, because if you choose to do that, you may lose the form a little bit. So you'd want to wait in order for it to firm up a little more. You could also use some unconventional tools, like to form textures. At this point, the clay is really pliable, so you can really kind of push, create interesting effects because the clay is so soft. Now, if anyone's having difficulty with their theme for their dream pillow, think about your favorite food, right? You could create a little replica of I saw someone create a little piece of sushi and simply just place it right on top with a little indent for it to sit on. And it was a really great piece. It was very conceptual. So if you create like a little burger and a little fries next to it, that's something, to think about if you're interested in incorporating the food theme into your work. You could also add characters, creatures. I have one at the studio. I don't have I'll try to find an image of it. I'm not sure. I probably have one somewhere. But it's of an elephant with very long legs, and I think there's a bird on its head, and it's created as a relief. So it's like added pieces that are flat, similar to this. So I've seen a few pillows just with a bunch of little flowers on them. There are ways to make clay flowers that are really nice. They're a little tricky. If you're interested in adding any clay flowers, watch a YouTube on clay flowers. There's a lot of different ways to make them. So I just rolled this little flat piece of clay up. This becomes like a little, like the bud inside. And then you could add other layers as petals and blend those down. So once you create, if you were to create any flowers, you could attach those to your piece as well. I may put this piece right here. Tuck it in here.